We're going live. And we are live! How are you doing, everybody? I've got Jensen Quinn here with me today. How are you doing, Jensen?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much, sir. How are you?
I exist, I'm alive, and as you can hear, I have Discord up. If you don't like the beepings, deal with it. Okay? There's not much I can do about the beepings. As long as... Go ahead.
That's not true. Technically, you only need to click one button and it gets rid of all of the beepings. And no, I don't mean the off button, though that would also work. You can actually set it to silent, though personally I wouldn't bother if I was you.
Yeah, but I need to hear these things because something important could have happened. You could have sent me something desperate.
Yes. What can we say?
But
anything I send is obviously vitally important.
We're here for the news that nobody will show you. Right? That's what we're here for.
That'd be a cool name, actually. You should consider that as a name for your show. Just saying.
News no one else will talk about. Let's talk about the news. First, Iran seizes 2 Greek tankers in the Persian Gulf as tensions rise. Now, I have a question. Jensen?
Yep.
Have tensions ever gone down with Iran? Have tensions ever eased?
Back in the 70s, maybe?
Right. If tensions are still rising, shouldn't we be nuking them by now?
We should have nuked them years ago. What are you talking about?
I'm just putting it out there.
Huh.
The Iranians are now. This is interesting. Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard seized 2 Greek oil tankers Friday in a helicopter-launched raids in the Persian Gulf, officials said. The action appeared to be in retaliation for Athens' assistance in the U.S. seizure of crude oil from an Iranian-flagged tanker this week in the Mediterranean Sea over violating Washington's crushing sanctions on the Islamic Republic. If our sanctions were so crushing, how is the Islamic Republic even alive to exist?
Agree.
The raid marks the first major incident at sea in months of tension remain high between Iran and the West over its tattered nuclear deal with the world powers. As Tehran enriches more uranium closer to weapons-grade levels than ever before, worries mount that negotiators won't find a way back to the accord, raising the risk of a wider war. Wider war, huh? We're already at war with these folks. We're already at war with the Iranians.
There is an easy way of dealing with this, okay? You turn around to Tehran and you go, "Hi guys, if you actually get nukes, we are turning your city into a crater. I dare you test us." They will only fire one before you erase Tehran. And I do mean erase it. There will be a crater there. In years to come, kids will look at their parents and go, "Mummy, is that where Tehran used to be?" "Yes, little Jimmy. Don't fuck with them." Okay?
I'm just... Look, the fact is we've been at war with Iran for a long time.
Yeah.
Whether you want to recognize it as a war is immaterial to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm telling everybody out there, whether you guys want to recognize that we're at war with Iran is immaterial. They have declared themselves at war with us. If you don't understand that, if you can't get it through your heads what war actually is, all right, I can't help you.
Dude, I could probably cause a problem here with this one. Your country does have a bit of a issue when it comes to going to war, or more to the point, when people declare war on you, but you guys like to call it a policing action. Cough, cough, Vietnam, cough, cough.
No, I understand. I understand that this kind of nonsense that somehow people think that there's some nice, easy way of these things are going to work themselves out. They're not, folks. All right, They're not. They're not going to work themselves out with Iran until we blanket Iran with bombs. All right, just go in with
Yes.
B-52s and blanket carpet bomb every freaking city, every freaking village, every house, every water station, every power plant, every car that you see on the road, you wipe it out. You don't ask questions. You just tell everybody we're at war with you until you guys declare we surrender. And you just keep doing it until that's the either A, they surrender, or they don't exist. Okay? It's a real simple solution. It's not easy. It's not fun. Okay? But it's something that is, at this point in time, it will have to happen. Because there is no other solution available. You can try and talk to these lunatics all you want. You will get nowhere. You will never get anywhere. It's like, we need to talk to these people. We can talk our way out. And Chamberlain thought that of Hitler.
That didn't go so well either, I seem to remember.
Why we haven't reduced every frickin' city of theirs to cratering holes, I don't know. And I'm not talking with nukes. We don't need nukes. You just sit up there and go, okay, grid by grid, B-52 strikes until, okay, this area is pretty much gone, off to the next area. And you wipe them off the face of the earth. And you tell everybody that wants to poo-poo America, shut the hell up, all right? Because you guys either A, don't have the intestinal fortitude to do this, and B, you've let it happen. And if you want to join them, fine. We've got a second wave of B-52s all prepared. Who wants some? It's about time people understood what we're dealing with. And these areas need to learn to act like civilized people. They only understand one thing, extermination. And I'm serious about that. But because of what we're doing, the Middle East wars are going to get worse and worse and worse, folks. Because we do it. What? Go ahead.
Question for you. How much sort of firepower do you reckon you'd need to take out 1,500 foot in height over the size of Iran? Because that way you could take it to below sea level and turn it into the big Iranian Sea.
That's quite a bit of power. I don't think we could quite do that. But we can put a bunch of holes. We can attempt to sit up there and create an area that we can create a lake in. And just kind of like bomb a line all the way to the sea and let it become like an inlet, a little inlet there. That we could probably do. All right, but the amount of the amount of energy it would actually take. I mean, we would have to use nukes to do that. Do we have?
But what you're saying is Iranian beachfront property. Okay, cool.
Well, you just kind of like build it all over there. I mean, I don't think.
I reckon the Saudis would probably help us out. Let's be fair, okay? They'd love that, wouldn't they?
No, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd really care one way or the other, as long as it isn't Mecca or Medina.
Exactly.
I would be letting them know that there is stuff targeted that way, though, just in case. All right? Because they're not any better.
While you're doing this, if you could accidentally drop a couple in Paris, I'm really cool. I really am. Accidentally, of course. You'd never do it deliberately.
Sixer, if you want to join us, please feel free. Now, on to the next story of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So much for the Ukrainian offensive. This doesn't look like a Ukrainian offensive to me. This looks like the Russians going, this is our area, we're consolidating it, and anytime we see you guys moving, we're just going to obliterate it. Along this entire front. All right? They're not playing games anymore, folks. They pretty much established, okay, you guys are just going to die. All right? This is a major Russian offensive has started. Look, this area, we have no dog in this fight, really, number one. Number two, the Ukrainians, I feel for you. Good luck. All right? That's all I can say. Now, do I believe that we should continue to arm these people? For what purpose? Seriously. Just a serious question. What's the purpose, all right, of arming the Ukrainians?
In a waste of ammo,
well,
literally.
If it's to defend democracy, if that's your attitude about democracy, why are we defending a freaking dictatorship? Because that's really what it is. It's an oligarchical dictatorship. It is no different. I don't know why people think that Zelensky is somehow different than Putin. Okay? Given time, the only difference between Putin... Yes, that's exactly right. Matt Barkley is exactly right. It's money laundering. The reason we're doing it is because this is where a lot of our higher-end officials and so forth use for money laundering.
Mm-hmm.
Period. This is how they've washed money that they basically put into their pockets. It's unfortunate that there's too many of our freaking elected officials that are involved in this. And yes, Biden is one of them. But it's not that I don't feel for the Ukrainian people fighting for what they consider their country. I understand that. But the reality is your country is really what? Okay? Your country is, with the exception of having a different language, Russia. Right?
Yeah.
In fact, the Russian Empire stems from Kiev.
Yep.
It was actually founded from Kiev. Now, the Ukrainians speak Ukrainian, they don't speak Russian. But in reality, how many freaking English monarchs spoke English?
Yep.
Right? I'm not trying to take the piss out of you guys in England in this case.
No.
But it was a long-ass time before any of your monarchs actually spoke English.
Yeah.
And most of the time you were either speaking French or German.
Mostly German, and I don't know if you know this, but there was actually a problem back in World War One, where the king's brother was actually part of the German the no, I was going to call it the German High Command. That's why the brother had to leave Britain. And they changed it from Saxe-Coburg to Windsor.
You didn't have Hitler. You didn't have the Nazis yet, so
yeah.
That doesn't mean that they weren't German.
Yeah, true.
But I'm just pointing this out, all right? That the people who keep talking about how great the Ukrainians are doing, does this look like the Ukrainians are doing well? Okay, I feel for the Ukrainians, all right? I honestly believe we should be giving them humanitarian aid, all right, to a large extent. I'm not so sure about the weapons aids, all right? Especially, I don't think we should be giving them tanks, all right, or any modern anti-air weapons. And what I mean by modern anti-air weapons, I'm talking the larger missile systems. I'm not talking Stingers and things like that. I really don't have any care. I really don't care about giving them Stingers and shit, right? But giving them like Patriot batteries and things like that, we definitely shouldn't be giving them anything that's that high tech. We shouldn't be sending any of our high tech weapon systems over there. Our portable manpack stuff, fine. Okay.
You might get in trouble for this statement, but didn't you guys actually learn this with Afghanistan? I mean, back in the 80s, didn't you give the Mujahideen an absolute buttload of weapons that they then used on you a few years later?
They didn't use them a few years later. Not a lot of those weapons were used against us. Were weapons like that used against us? Yes. Were there a lot? No.
Okay, then.
Were they very effective? No, because they were 20 years old technology.
This is true.
Now, when I say effective, I don't mean that did they ever work. No, I'm saying that they weren't as effective as they were when we gave them against the Russian equipment. All right. The Russians, although the one thing about the Russians that worries me, right, is the longer we prolong this, quite frankly, the more Russia learns. Okay?
Yeah.
I want you to understand this. Russia can learn these lessons the hard way. Okay? This is how Russia learns. And if they develop integrated command structures, we're going to be in a lot more trouble Because that's one thing that this exposed was, one, their logistics is just... it's laughable, folks. The Russian idea of logistics is laughable. All right? The other thing we learned is they have planes that can perform certain roles, but they've never ran those. They don't understand how those roles develop. All right? And now they can take those lessons and slowly learn them. And when you see an attack like this, it makes me wonder if they have. It worries me.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Now, maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong, Jensen. I'll accept I'm wrong. I know Sixer will tell me I'm wrong when he gets a chance.
I agree with you. That's the problem. I think that's the worst part of it. Is you're probably right. This may well be just a learning experience.
Yeah, and for them to lose 15,000 people in a learning experience, the Russians don't even think twice about it.
No.
All right? And I'm talking the Russian command. The Russian people are a bit different now.
Yep.
Why are you talking about Russia? Don't you know Amber took a crap?
You mentioned that.
Well, Random, the reason is because we're trying to talk about news nobody else is talking about. And everybody's talking about Amber.
It's true, actually. It's getting boring.
All right. I'm just putting that out there. By the way, Jensen, did you like that video that I sent you on aluminum?
Yeah. Sure, cool.
You might want to send
Like
you might want to send that to Sixer. He'll enjoy it too.
It was a British scientist, though. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, hey, no. Hey, we're
Not
willing
an American scientist.
we're willing to admit that we adopt what you guys give us. Okay.
No. You say it wrong. It's not pronounced dog. It's pronounced steal. I realise you're getting it wrong.
We did not steal this any more than we stole the term soccer. You told us this is the game. What kind of game is it? It's soccer. Okay. Oh, you Americans, you just call it, it's not, it's football. Don't you understand? It's football. No, you called it soccer. If you called it soccer, okay, it's soccer. We weren't arguing with you. You just changed the rules on us again. Stop telling us. Right. It's aluminum. Okay, it's aluminum. Well, now it's aluminium. Why isn't it aluminum? What did the scientist that invented it call it? He called it aluminum. Okay?
Actually, if you notice, he called it alum. But yeah, I know what you mean. To be honest, dude, you can't really say much about football, seeing as your national sport goes by the name of football, and basically the foot touches the ball how many times? Honestly?
It begins each and every game.
Exactly.
There we go.
You kick it once.
Nope. That's the beginning of each and every game. And oftentimes, it's the end of a game.
And you lose points if you boot it at any point during the game.
Yes,
I'm not.
You do boot it during the game.
No, one person kicks it. The kicker. I mean, geez.
Well, the kicker or the punter or whoever. I mean, anybody can kick it. Just putting it out there.
Interesting.
I realize we have some, different ways of looking at things around the world, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, bed sheets. Has anybody seen this story? Probably not, because it's not a story. Has anybody seen this story? No, that's just cat girls for Jensen. Right? Story that nobody has seen. 69-year-old Florida grandmother shoots and kills home intruder. Of course, Fox News has it as a 70-year-old woman. Got to round up, I guess. Sounds better as a 70-year-old than a 69-year-old, maybe. Anyway, a 69-year-old Florida grandmother, right, shot and killed a home intruder and later explained to reporters that she's a fighter. Well, I can say one thing, she's a killer. Virginia Morrison said she was relaxing in her Azalea Park home with her 80-year-old partner, Charlie, on Saturday when she heard the front door open. Morrison told the cops that the 38-year-old Ezekiel Rosario Torres walked inside her house without saying a word, and his face was totally blank. That startled the homeowner, and she said she quickly grabbed a broom handle, hit him twice in the face while yelling at Charlie to go grab his pistol. The octogenarian grabbed his handgun and squeezed off a shot near the uninvited guest, all right, feet before calling 911. Why did you shoot at the freaking feet, old man?
I agree.
All right. Rosario Torres retreated to the backyard but refused to leave the property, Morris said. That's when she decided to retrieve her own handgun from the cabinet near her bed. Right? I've been shooting guns since I was 10 years old. I grew up on a dairy farm in Tennessee. We know how to shoot rattlesnakes. I've never had to pull a gun on anybody. Morris said that she went back outside, locked eyes with Rosario Torres, who began advancing toward her. When I went out to the back door and I came up to the fence, he sees me. Morrison said he starts toward me. I fired a shot above him. Back off, dude, or I'll shoot you. He keeps coming toward me, so I shot him. The only thing I have to say is that she should have shot him in the head at the very beginning.
You should see what random YouTuber has put. Lying couch, didn't want to pay the Mexican gardener. By the way, you watch as that is going to get turned into a white supremacy thing because it was a white person shooting Mexican. Just watch.
Look, I mean, well, first of all, it's in Florida, and if you haven't figured it out yet in Florida, they're pretty much used to saying you can, if somebody's invading your home, they can shoot you. Okay? It's a simple rule. All right? Are you in their home? Were you in their home when they shot you? Yeah, okay. Sucks to be you. Congratulations, Sixer. Sixer says that he's 5 subs away for 300. For those who don't know Sixer, he does what do you call them? Game streams and stuff, but he also has his the British are coming, which tends to be very quite amusing.
Come on, you like it because of his stripper shows, and you know it.
I was kind of surprised about the alien stripper show. Yeah, that did take me a bit aback.
Same.
If you want, by the way, Jensen, could you dump his channel on the stream for everybody?
Yep, I'll be on it. Just a moment.
But if Granny has a gun, walking toward Granny with a gun is never a good idea. Okay?
No.
When people are squeezing shots at you, sticking around is never a good idea. Right? In the Army, they teach you to get the hell out of the AO if shots are coming towards you. Or at least throw some shots back. Right? You don't just sit up there and go, you know what, I'm going to go down the street, and I'm going to play frickin' I'm going to play Rambo here, right? The only time you're to play Rambo, right, and we trained this in the military, the only time you play Rambo is when you're frickin' surrounded and you might as well go out in a blaze of glory. Honestly, and they teach us that. They train us to do that. All right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're walking in a squad and you're on an S&D mission, where you're walking and all of a sudden an ambush pops up, you're trained to rush through the ambush as rapidly as possible.
Yep. And
reconsolidate on the other side of the ambush. That's how you're trained to go through that stuff. Because it's the only chance. If you stay in the kill zone, they call it a kill zone for a reason. And the longer you're in the kill zone, well,
more likely you are to be killed. Let's be blunt here.
That's why they call it a kill zone. Right? Just putting it out there. You can shoot any intruder in Florida. Explains why kids leave home promptly at 21. On to the next story.
I wonder if that works. Shooting your own kids. Anyway.
Well, I could do how many different stories if you really want to know about that. About mothers killing their own children. There's like 4 of them. Actually. There's actually like 4 of them going around right now. And 4 recent ones.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I burst into tears after a tattoo of my beloved late grandma ended up looking like Rod Stewart. Is this what Rod Stewart looks like nowadays?
I don't know. Actually, I think the picture's actually better than him.
I think we need to do a Google here.
Oh, don't do that. That's not fair to you.
He
is, he's bad.
We have a recent image of Rod Stewart. Can't. Might as well hit the thing. I can't hit S. You can see how well I can't type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty bad.
I weren't joking, was I?
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although his face is a bit longer. He doesn't look happy here.
No.
It
No.
looks like, life sucks. Well, what do you think caused that? Do you think it was that
I don't know.
That horse semen incident that they had a few years back? Think that might have been it? Just asking. Just asking, Jensen. He is one of yours, right? Rod Stewart, he's not an American.
No, he's Scottish. He's nothing to do with us.
You don't claim him because he's Scottish. Let me ask a
We
question.
just don't claim he's Scottish. The fact he's part of Scotland just adds the bonus.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you have no problems in claiming Sheena Easton.
No, well, actually, she's Scottish. No, get rid of her and all. Random. Since when have you not subbed to a guy in a gimp mask? I mean, come on. We all know about what you're into, dude. Also, doesn't it?
You need some things. See, this is Sheena Easton. Sheena Easton's pretty.
Yeah.
Right. Now, granted, this is a few years ago, but she's just a comely woman.
Oh,
right, even
hello.
Today. Yes.
Okay, fine. We'll keep her. All right. You can have Rod. We'll keep her.
No. You tossed them both. We get to choose. Besides, you've slagged off who that frickin' nitwit Bieber on us. All right, I don't want to hear anymore.
You're being challenged, by the way.
Why do you find my show amusing? Think very carefully before answering. I find Brits in general amusing. There, Sixer.
That's not actually a compliment, just so you all know.
I figured that probably wasn't a compliment by Sixer. Sixer giving an American a compliment is something that's going to be few and far between. It's kind of like expecting a compliment from Cabby.
It happened, maybe once. I'm sure he blacked out at some point. Oh, come on, that was a compliment as far as he was concerned.
All right, a heartbroken mom was left in tears after a $315 tribute tattoo of her late grandmother ended up looking like Rod Stewart. Shara Jackson wanted a permanent reminder of the mother figure Thelma Jackson, so she booked to have a giant portrait of her inked on her upper arm. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
When the 38-year-old was shown the photo of the awful tribute, she burst into tears. She has since been too embarrassed to wear vest tops that would reveal it. Okay. Maybe you shouldn't have gotten a tattoo.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to, but I'm just feel the urge now. When you look at that photo picture, just above the left eye, does that look like a metal plate in the skull?
You talking about this?
You can't not see it. Look
here?
at it. Tell me
here?
that is not a metal plate. Yeah. Right above the left eye.
No, this is
No,
just
no,
not.
no. On the tattoo. On the tattoo. Can you
Oh,
see a
on this
metal
tattoo.
plate?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That is just horrible. I don't know what this person. I don't know what the tattoo artist. This does not look like a person eye is looking at you. This is horrific. All right.
Yeah.
You know what the problem was with this, and this tattoo artist is probably a very good artist. All right, but they got way too detailed here. This was way too
Yeah.
detailed, and that's what caused this. They never should have got this detail here. Look at this photo, and then look at this detail that was added into this. This was such a huge mistake.
Yep.
And the fact that you're putting it on an arm makes it look elongated, right?
Yep.
Right. Like I said, this artist is probably very very good. All right, but the problem is you got too detailed with this in this type of a canvas that moves, right? So, look, if you don't want a tattoo, if you want to get a tattoo, go for it. But to be honest, I've known a lot of people who've gotten tattoos and not been happy with the result.
Yep.
Right?
And
It is what it
side
is.
point. Just a side point. Can you imagine what that's going to look like when the owner's about 20 years on from that? Oh, mate, that tattoo's going to look really awful. Oh, God, the saggy bits. I just know. You do not need to think about this.
That's like one of the redneck crew that somebody did that joke, Why does Grandma have a buzzard on her back? It's supposed to be a hummingbird. Your skin is not going to retain the retain the look and shape that it has, right? That's just one thing.
No.
Yeah. So, look, a lot of people get tattoos to remember things by.
Yep.
I have to drop. I can take a short walk or a long walk off a short pier.
What? Are you suggesting that we can walk on water? Thank you for letting us think that way, dude. That's really nice of you. There you go.
I'm not worried about walking off. I can swim. Fat floats, by the way. Batman will tell you. Ready for the next story?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dad tracks teen daughter's phone location, shoots at the boy he found with her. Okay. An enraged Georgia father tracked down his teenage daughter's location via her cell phone and shot the 17-year-old boy he found with her, the police said. All right, he didn't shoot him, he actually shot at him. Deputies from the Habersham County Sheriff's Department responded to calls of shots fired in a church parking lot across the street from two schools in Mount Airy around 10:15 a.m. Wednesday morning, according to the Sheriff's Department. Upon arrival, police found 36-year-old Dustin Vandergriff attempting to flee the Central Alliance Church in a white Camaro. He was detained for questioning. After ensuring that both schools were secure, police located the 17-year-old male victim. He was taken to a local hospital in stable condition. Investigators later determined that the boy was not hit by a bullet. Hey, Dad, you failed. All right, if you're gonna shoot, hit him. All right. Was not hit by a bullet, but suffered injuries from a physical assault and ricochet debris. Okay, that means you were able to beat his ass, all right? And you still couldn't shoot him. Vandergriff told police he had tracked his daughter's cell phone location to the back of the church. He drove there to check on her. When he found his 17-year-old daughter with the male, he confronted the pair, attacked the boy, and fired a shot at him. Vandergriff's daughter said her father showed up and battered the boy she was with before shooting at him, said her father. All right, and said her father also struck her. A search warrant executed on Vandergriff's car yielded a .45 caliber pistol he had fired. He is charged with aggravated assault, possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony, simple battery involving family violence, 2 counts of first-degree cruelty to children, 2 counts of third-degree cruelty to children, 2 counts of recklessly causing harm or endangering safety. He was booked in the Habersham County Jail with no bond.
All I can say is he missed. Therefore, he's not worth our time.
You go out there with a 45? Right?
Well, okay, all right. I'll tell you what this story tells me. It tells me that I've been trying to warn people about the tracking devices that phones are. This story is proof that phones are tracking devices, okay? Just think about this, people. Don't carry phones with you. People can track your ass.
Actually, this title should have been Dating, Parenting 101, Part 1, Dating.
Not wrong.
All right. Now, I do have some questions. Right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, this was at 10:15 a.m.
Yeah.
Why did the father go looking for her at 10:15 a.m.?
I'm willing to bet that she didn't come home.
So, from the night previous, right?
Yep.
That he'd been looking for his daughter for a while, wondering what the hell happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's my guess, anyway.
What did you expect him to do?
It.
Not saying not well.
All right.
If you're gonna pull a gun, you better be ready to pull the trigger, and you better be able to hit something. All right.
Yep.
Obviously, this shows you something else.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna go looking for your daughter, don't bring a handgun. Well, what kind of nonsense, especially you Georgians? What kind of nonsense is this? Going to look for your daughter with a bring a shotgun. All right,
Yes.
there's a reason shotguns are used. Okay. If you can't hit shit at the range, bring a shotgun.
Yep.
Now, he may have been thinking, if I bring a handgun, I'll be able to hit the other guy and not the daughter. Look, teenage daughters in this kind of a situation, there's one thing that you don't know is you don't know how old the daughter is. I didn't see the age of the daughter here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that they avoided saying that? I think that's somewhat important here. Because if that daughter's 13, I have absolutely no problem with what this guy did.
Yep.
If that daughter is now, if she's 16, okay, well, it is what it is, folks. All right. But if that daughter is too young, if that daughter is like 13 years old, he had every reason to go after this guy. Yep. Every friggin' reason. Even if it was 14, dude, even if it was 14, in my opinion.
Dude, I'm about to say something exceptionally inappropriate. This is your one time to say stop. 3, 2, 1. You know, if he wanted to shoot her in the head and the guy in the nuts, he could have done it with one bullet.
Maybe not. You don't know what the situation was when he showed up.
True. There's a horrific thought to find your daughter in. Bang! At that point, you don't miss. You just shoot the guy straight in the skull, and that's all there is to it.
He came at me.
Yeah.
I asked, what are you doing with my daughter? But your daughter said that you just shot him in the head. Nope, he came at me.
By the way, always carry 2 guns. One to give to the corpse to the person afterwards.
Look.
What?
Obviously, there was a situation here. And to be honest, is this guy that... I've said this many times. What's the purpose of prison? The primary purpose of prison is to remove threats to society. Is this guy a threat to society? Possibly. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And he is a bit of a danger. Is he as great a danger as the lunatics? No.
No.
Right. Is he as dangerous as the gangbangers who just shoot people? All right, because they're trying to murder other people? No. All right. Is he still a danger? Yes. Excuse me. Could they charge him with attempted murder? Possibly, but then again, if you're going to try and play those games, to say that this guy can't walk on temporary insanity, he walks in, finds his young daughter with a freaking thing, and loses his mind.
Yep.
Just putting it here. Then again, talking about people who are losing their minds. A real cliffbanger. You know, bed cost. Really? You had to go there, huh? You had to put this in your title sequence. A real cliffbanger.
Oh,
Couple caught having sex on a ledge of a cliff in a video. They were loving on the edge. Oh, this guy's a comedian.
oh yeah.
A UK couple took their love life to new heights while having sex on a cliff in full view, of restaurant diners. A clip of the steamy seaside sexcapade is currently blowing up online. Dude, stop with the puns. Stop with the puns.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at this. I accidentally had accidental orgasms while sneezing and popping and sleeping. A distressed man suffers amnesia after having sex with his wife. Another story about Johnny Depp. We don't have to worry about that. Time traveler's wife fans shocked by disturbing oral sex scene.
Wow. Okay, they really are just enjoying themselves. By the way, I do have a pleasant comment to make on this.
Okay.
Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you're shacking sheep, do it at the edge of a cliff. That way, when it gets down, it pushes back. There you go.
I was pretty shocked, to be fair. I was just amazed. An unnamed onlooker who filmed the cliffbangers told Need to Know of the X-rated display, which took place Thursday afternoon near Swanpool Beach in Falmouth, Cornwall. All right.
Almost. Okay.
Just a Falmouth. Okay. All right, Falmouth. Okay.
Yep.
I can butcher anything. Don't worry about it. The camera person was reportedly dining at the Hooked on the Rocks restaurant when they noticed the high altitude hanky panky session, all right, going down on the bluff opposite the eatery. An elderly couple turned to me and said there was some live entertainment going on behind us.
Old people are cool.
All right. Yeah. I think that you gotta wonder what these guys are doing.
Not really. It's not too difficult to work it out.
All right. Now, nothing against this, but if from the angle and everything, you have a pretty good angle of the hikers and stuff.
Yeah, no. That picture there, you can clearly see his head. You know exactly where her head's placed. Oh, dude, you just do not need to see that for adults. Okay. You can see where his head is.
It's even better. This isn't the first time that the hanky-banky has gone down on high.
No.
What the hell? Is this a popular porn spot or what? What the hell? Oh my god.
I'm not saying that me and my missus have done something akin to this. Out loud.
Have you been to Cornwall recently now?
I deny everything. I mean, there's doing it in the open, and there's that. That's a little bit much, I've got to say.
I just don't know about people anymore. Do you wonder why? You know what people should be armed with? People shouldn't be armed with guns necessarily, but they all should have tasers. Just for incidents like this.
Oh, could you imagine if they created long-range taser weapons? Oh, that would be so cool. Literally taser rifle or something.
You would have to... Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to give people ideas.
Good idea.
It's not as far-fetched as you believe to be able to do something like that. The distance is still going to be an issue, right? Because you don't want to kill the person, right? So you
necessarily.
You don't want... Well... Anyway. On to the next story.
Yes.
Kendall Jenner, someone I don't know, I know she's part of the Kardashians, I'm assuming she's part of the Kardashians anyway, attempts to cut another cucumber after tragic first attempt.
Yeah. No,
Did slicing vegetables, is slicing vegetables an art form that I didn't know about?
Dude, how did you manage to actually not make the joke about Bruce Jenner and chopping his cucumber? How did you do this? I really need to know. That's control, dude, because I couldn't not have done that. All right.
Are you saying that she was the surgeon? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, Daddy, no. Oh well.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Who the hell wrote this story? These guys are Francesca Barcardi. Kendall Jenner posted a photo Thursday of a knife and a cucumber resting on a cutting board to show fans that she's giving slicing another try after going viral for her first attempt on the Kardashians. I knew this was a Kardashian thing.
Yep.
Here we go again. Why? Okay, why would you do this? In an episode earlier this month, the 818 tequila founder, I didn't know there was such a thing as 818 tequila, awkwardly tried to slice up the fruit while in the kitchen with her mom, Kris Jenner. Be careful, because I nicked myself the other day, said the concerned mom manager on 66, while watching her daughter closely. I know, I'm kind of scared. Do cucumbers have seeds? Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm definitely not a good cutter.
American.
So don't zoom in on me. I'm not a professional whatsoever. All right, as Kendall's fingers kept closer to the blade, Kris quickly called for backup. Hey, chef, do you want to cut this up for her? God. Look how she's holding this.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know.
Whatever happened to the days when mom would be in the kitchen showing the kids how to do things, and then you try, and then when you started doing something stupid, what the hell you doing? You're gonna get yourself hurt.
Yeah.
The moment went viral immediately, given that Kendall could not do the bare minimum. Look at this. Of course she can't do the minimum tasks. Oh, Kendall Jenner trying to cut an effing cucumber. It's the most tragic thing I've ever witnessed, what viewer wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened? You can't cut your own food. You can't. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. Now, she admitted in the interview that she was not happy about the viral moment. Why don't you beat your family's ass then for posting it?
Yes.
All right. Why would you do a podcast and say, look, I'm a dumbass? I mean, are you really that stupid? Oh my goodness. You can't cut an effing cucumber. The world is good because she's like, how can you be this perfect? Look, cutting vegetables and everything else, I can't say that I can do it like chefs do. You know how the chefs go in there, they lay them all out like frickin', poker chips at a table, right? And playing cards. I can't do anything like that. But I know how not to grab a cucumber and try and cross your arms in some kind of weird frickin' thing.
I'm just going to say this. Can you imagine what your drill sergeant would say if he saw you doing anything like that involving a military knife?
Oh,
that would be That would be something, and I
Oh,
don't
he'd
think
be
he'd be
invited
able
all
to.
sorts of people. Come look at this dumbass. He'd be
Yeah.
invited. You know what? It's the worst part about it. It would be is if the other drill sergeants from the other units they saw it first, because he'd be
Oh
coming up.
yeah,
We got to show you what your guy's doing. Oh my god! What's?
yeah.
Oh my god!
That would
Paddle,
be
paddle
humiliating.
to the head. That's exactly what you'd be getting. What the blap is that? Holy Christ!
Oh lordy.
Let's go visit. Let's go visit, shall we? Let's go visit the UK. Find out
Mm-hmm.
whether or not the UK has anything worth perusing, shall we?
Oh, yes, why not? Not like we'd ever have anything to see.
Why are you guys so freaking obsessed with this woman and Johnny Depp? Why is this the first thing on the freaking page?
Actually, would you like a genuine answer to that? I'm not
Oh
actually sticking
my
around now.
god! No, I'm not talking about this stupid story.
Oh, right, okay. Basically,
Okay.
it's because we've got bugger all else to talk about that could be considered good. Honestly, it's not great, mate. As shown.
Chilling CCTV footage shows teen killers chasing ex-footballer Sean White Phillips' nephew with a knife before stabbing the 16-year-old to death. Okay, Ryan Caslin and Marquise Richards and Giovanni Lawrence laughed today after they were sentenced for the murder of Romero in the street on Old Trafford last September. CCTV released by the police shows Richard running out of the car with a long bladed knife, which he then hands to Cashin, who used it to stab the 16-year-old to death. One of the 4 wounds severed an artery in the back of the left hip and resulted in the fatal loss of blood.
Yeah.
Death penalty? I mean, why are they
Uh,
laughing? All right,
Dude, England doesn't have the death penalty. Hell, we don't even have the death penalty for being a traitor nowadays. I'm
this
so
guy
depressed.
got sentenced and laughed at the sentence. What does that tell you?
He enjoyed it, and he's going to do it again.
Okay. He's certainly in the doghouse. Billy Mucklow. Who the hell is this? Any idea?
Uh, nope,
Okay.
not a
Thinks
bloody clue.
thinks her idiot fiance Andy Carroll was set up after he was pictured on a bed with a bar manager during a Dubai stag do, but has no plans to cancel the wedding unless anything else comes out. If you get a picture of him in bed, if your fiance in bed with another woman, and
Yeah,
you're still planning the wedding, you're an idiot. All right.
yeah.
Now, granted, some of your buddies could have been doing this, right? You can see the picture here, right? I mean, we'll take a look at this story a little closer. Dun, 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 dun. Why is he in a boot here? Is Andy Carroll somebody that's famous?
Uh, Possibly. Honestly, I have no freaking idea, mate. It's that, or that's what's happened to him after his missus found out. She kicked him in the shin and shattered his ankle or something. Oh God, that might actually be what happened. Oops.
Well, okay. Where's the picture? This is the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, he was once Premier League's side Liverpool's most expensive
Ah,
transfer.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. My turn. If this, is completely innocent, and we don't know otherwise, but let's just pretend it's completely innocent. It just means he's probably going to do it again because he's got away with it once. Okay? So, shit like this has to be stepped on right at the beginning. If you think I'm wrong, do tell me, but I don't think I am.
Yeah, I don't see the reason for. Look, dumbass. You need to get the divorce now. All right, and that's probably what she's thinking. I gotta go through with the wedding so I can get the money.
Yep.
I mean, that's the only reason I can see why she's doing it.
Yep.
Love Island star's mother, 60, is arrested for child abduction after police found girl 8 who had been taken from outside a primary school.
Wow.
A Love Island star's mother, all right, has been
Yeah.
Love Island a show on BBC or something?
Yes. Love Island is basically where you get a large amount of horny boys and horny girls, and basically, well, quite simply, you just put them all together and you just let rip involving cameras. Basically, it's a porn show, but not quite. You think I'm joking?
So you're saying this was Love Island?
Basically, please don't make that joke involving a child.
Well, that worries me involving a child. I'll tell you that right now. If the mother's running around trying to grab 8-year-olds, right?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Right? She had been seen outside St. Cuthbert's Primary School in Blackpool at 9 a.m. this morning, and officers believe that she was picked up by Jane Pryor, 60, but just after 3 p.m., both of them were found safely. And Mrs. Pryor, who is the mother of Love Island star Kendall Ray Knight, was arrested on suspicion of child abduction. Officers had carried out searches and conducted a number of inquiries. At least the girl is safe, right?
Yes.
We've done enough stories on that. I don't know anything about that. Russia turns on Putin. Politicians demand immediate withdrawal from Ukraine as 100 servicemen are fired for refusing to take part in the invasion. Russia's getting weak. The servicemen were only fired? Normally they'd just be shot. All right.
Ukraine-gate.
Right.
That's what I want to know. Does this class as Ukraine-gate?
I don't know.
Let's be honest. You're going to add the word "gate" to almost anything nowadays to make it
you can.
cool sounding.
You can. Shoot it! Shoot it! Conservative MP's son fighting the Ukraine among a team of U.S. and British volunteers seen destroying a Russian tank with a missile. Yeah, you might want to shoot it.
Yeah, it's not shoot it, it's send it. Say it properly, people. Come on.
Well, the Americans would would say something like "hit it."
Yeah.
All right, but we wouldn't be shouting it because that attracts attention. Just put it out there.
Go back to that, because you just had a story on there that I was automatically interested in. There was a guy, apparently took his cat shopping with him. I actually don't see a problem. If you look at most shops, they actually have a picture of dogs being banned from entering, not cats.
Where are we at? Where do you see this?
The thing you was just showing about the guys with the Russians and missile, etc. There was a image, and it showed in a supermarket a guy with a cat on his back. No, I'm not joking. I've done that. Down, yep. Down.
Autistic man sues Sainsbury for banning his assistant's cat
there we go.
with a high vis-a-vis jacket.
Yeah. I have done this sort of shit before. One of my cats decided he felt like coming down the road with me, so he climbed on my shoulders and just laid there while I went shopping. It was great because the people in the shop were giving me this funny look, and everyone else around me going, "Oh, isn't he darling?" Not a word was said. Not a goddamn word was said. Everyone was coming over for cuddles. It's really cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's generally what it'd be. J.K. Rowling, Mac's feminist friend, being bullied on Twitter. Social media giant sides with trans rights activists in free speech war by refusing to unlock the entrepreneur's account unless she deletes, quoting UK law.
Yeah.
How dare you! How dare you spread hate? UK law is hate. So
It borderline is. I'll be honest with you, man. It borderline is.
Alright. I'm just putting things out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done with this. Let's go on to the Babylon Bee, shall we?
Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah.
All right, let's pull up the Babylon Bee here. Boom. Okay. What's going on with the Babylon Bee, shall we? Come on, close. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's say from the Babylon Bee, a parody site, folks. It starts with parents begin disguising school buildings as the capital, so Congress will send billions of dollars.
I believe it. That's the scary thing. I'm actually pretty confident that would. Oh my god! I've just seen the thing next to it.
Obama encourages
Yeah, we'll let
Americans
you
to
do that.
pause this Memorial Day to remember the sacrifice of George Floyd. George Floyd did not sacrifice shit. George
No.
Floyd killed himself attempting to avoid more criminal charges because he was already a criminal, and it created a lot of other charges they'd already charged him with, and he had taken an excess load of drugs to save his drug dealing friend who he was purchasing stuff from.
Yep.
And everybody knows it. Everybody knows that he had a lethal dose of fentanyl in his system.
Yep.
But no, they're going to charge officers saying these officers are racist and they killed him. I don't believe that these officers killed him. I think he would have been dead regardless of what the officers did. Now, you can say that the officers didn't try to save him, and in that, I would agree. The officers showed no intention of saving this criminal. That's true. But then again, the officers didn't show any intent of saving 19 school children in an elementary school in Texas either. Just point it out.
Yep.
Just point it out to folks what we're thinking about from officers.
Oh yeah.
Come on, George just tried to starting a TikTok trend and balls it up.
Wow.
No, I don't think that's quite right, Random.
So, shall we get on to the quiz?
Oh, that's right. There's a quiz. Oh, yes. Are you a racist? Let's take the quiz. Haven't seen this before, folks. But somehow I'm gonna be a racist. Just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there that I think that they're gonna say I'm a racist. Time to take the quiz. You see a man on the side of the road flagging you down for help. What's the first thing you notice about him? His skin color, his stupid Boston Red Sox hat. His car has a cool dragon decal on the side for 10 horsepower. His car is obviously blown a radiator hose, and you've got to pull over to show him your mechanical knowledge to impress your wife. You want to know the truth? Stupid Boston hat.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yep.
You meet a new neighbor. He is black. What's your first reaction? Go in for an awkward handshake because he goes in for the fist bump, and and now it's weird. Saying, "Greetings, neighbor. How about an excellent program on BET tonight? Quite good." So he'll accept you as one of his own. Try to avoid talking to him because he's not black, but not because he's black, but because you do that with all your neighbors. Bing! Do not do anything differently because the skin color doesn't matter much as the content of his character. Well, I mean, that one's true, but then again, trying to avoid him because that's what I do with all my neighbors.
Yep.
What race do you play in Skyrim? Other, because I don't play Skyrim. Well, you do, though. You've played Skyrim, right? What do you play?
Actually, of those, I would pick High Elf. I'll tell you now, High Elf.
Okay, we're done. you know we're racist.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
In your opinion, which of these restaurants provide the best choices at the most reasonable prices? Sizzler,
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Ponderosa Steakhouse, Golden Corral, or Longhorn Steakhouse? Okay, for those who don't know, I've been to every single one of these. At one time in my life or another.
I'm not shocked, mate.
All right. Sizzlers and Ponderosa steakhouses you won't find very much anymore because those were in the West in the old days. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Longhorn steakhouses are a chain that's very common today. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Longhorn steakhouses, they're a bit pricey, right? But they're serving large steaks. Okay. Sizzler and Ponderosas, their steaks were they're low end steaks. Okay. And then the Golden Corral is a buffet area, right? You can order dinner as well, but the Golden Corral is mainly known for their buffets, right? So the most reasonable spices, of course, is the buffet, right? One quick question, NBD, just curious, are you white? Do I put now before I put something down here, I gotta ask a question, right? Because my sister went into one of the, my sister. Well, first of all, my mother got into this whole genealogy crap, tracking down all the your family and everything through history. So my sister went out and purchased one of those genetic testing to show you where you're from.
Yep.
I have a few percentage of quote unquote African, Western African in me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because if my sister has it in her, I have it in me. Right?
Yeah.
Do I put down that I'm black or white, or do I put down other? Because I consider myself white, so I'm just going to put white. But just putting it out there.
I don't really get a choice. Yeah,
Oh, no, you're a racist.
I'm stuck with white. Okay?
Our advanced quiz has detected that you're white, and therefore you're a racist. You must repent your whiteness for the rest of your life. Too bad.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? All right. Now we.
It shock you, honestly. You know full well that we was going to be racist no matter what we put.
Yeah, well, that's very true, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pink in the summer and albino in the winter. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I go out in the sun, when I was younger, right, I would come back, and I would look like somebody from India.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my skin would get that dark. All right. Would I peel? Can I sunburn? Yes, but that was much younger. I'd have the old farmer's tan, if you know what I'm talking about, where you have your t-shirt on and so your arms are really dark, your face is really dark, but the rest of you is like ghost white, right?
Yep.
Now that is just I always thought that was normal, right? And I still think it's normal, right? It's just we don't see that anymore nowadays because, quite frankly, people don't go out in the sun. There's so many people now that are so afraid of going out in the sun. In fact, they put on sunscreen for everything, right?
Yeah.
For 5 minutes of being out in the sun, people are gonna put on sunscreen, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's ridiculous. But at the same time, I live in a desert, right? And I'm not going to deny that sunscreen isn't necessary from time to time. Because you spend more than 20 minutes outside, boy, howdy, you're going to know it. Right?
Dude, I live in London. What's the sun?
Well, that's another issue. That's a separate issue. Right? You don't have... If you came out here, Jensen, right?
I'd die.
You turn... People will be like, oh, there's Ash. Must have been another vampire.
Yes.
Or Ginger. All right, just put it out there. Suspect offers new age explanation for trespassing at a closed Mexican eatery. This should be good.
Yeah.
A trespassing suspect with his pants open and genitals exposed. What the hell? Explained to Florida police that he was doing a chant when was cleansing himself spiritually. Doing a chant and cleansing himself spiritually.
No, don't get me wrong, good story and everything, but number 4, Buster. Cops want Cops discovered why a rescue was walking so strangely upon arrival at Alabama jail.
Oh, okay, we'll look at that one next.
Oh, good,
All
because
right.
my imagination is ticking over right now.
Right, when he was discovered at 2:15 a.m., okay, on the premise of a closed Mexican restaurant. He was cleansing himself spiritually. Cops say that Kenneth Gray, 29, tripped a silent alarm after jumping a fence early Monday at the Red Mesa Cantina in St. Why is the St. Petersburg and Tampa coming up so much now?
You're noticing this, aren't you?
I mean, there's a trend here. When officers arrived at the restaurant, Gray was seated inside the fenced area near the outdoor bar with his pants open and his genitals exposed. Gray, seen at the right, was detained and subsequently charged with loitering and prowling, a misdemeanor. After being read his rights, Gray reportedly acknowledged trespassing and told the police that he was doing a chant and was cleansing himself spiritually. Gray is locked up in lieu of $250 bond and has been ordered to stay away from the restaurant. All right, his rap sheet includes prior convictions for trespassing, obstructing police, and possession of an open container of alcohol. How come you didn't order him into a mental ward for evaluation?
Dude, wrong question. Why didn't you use a taser? You know what you're aiming for. So I can even...
Jensen comes in there and looks at this and says, "Oh, an opportunity."
Yes.
It's a good thing you were not born 50 years ago or 60 years ago. I can just see you in a mental institution as one of the doctors going, "This ought to be good. What experiment can I do today?" Why do I get this feeling that you'd be someone like Dr. Moreau? Right? Why do I get this impression from you, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I actually like a lot of that stuff. That sounds like a distinct possibility. How to get catgirls a quick way.
You're telling me you want these strange experiments. Is this what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can just see Jensen now. We got some new military experiments for you guys. They'll be strong. They'll be beastmen. Oh, Catgirl, look at this. I can just see what
Okay, fine. I'll give you, for instance, all right, catgirls, you've got increased night vision and increased senses, automatically useful for a scout. For the beastmen idea, now imagine crossing humans over with gorillas with strength.
Now hold on here. This is Jensen trying to excuse himself. This is his real reasons, right?
Yes.
This is what his real thing idea of Catgirls is. Don't give me this crap about night vision and everything else. This is what Jensen wants.
Yes, it is. I don't mind admitting this. Catgirls will allow me to take over the world.
And because I promised it, we got to find out what's going on in Alabama. Look at that face. Okay, an Alabama man booked into jail for public intoxication had a stolen handgun in a certain body cavity.
Oh, sit down quickly, I double dare you.
According to police who noticed that the defendant was walking strangely upon arrival at the county jail. Jesse Roberts, 23, was collared earlier today by cops responding to a 911 call about a burglar near a residence in Elkmont, a town outside of Huntsville. Seen above, Roberts was arrested and transported to the Limestone County Jail. Doesn't that sound like a quarry? That they put a jail in a quarry?
Doesn't it?
You look around. I mean, this just makes you think that the scene that comes about is like this guy's going to a quarry somewhere. Seen above, Roberts was arrested. Okay, and as Roberts was being searched, an unloaded Jimenez Arms .380 caliber pistol fell from his rear end into his underwear. I immediately considered that he had defecated on himself before noticing the familiar shape in the form of a pistol in his boxers.
This really does take it to a new level with the, is that a pistol in your box or are you just pleased to see me?
Upon recovering the unloaded weapon from Robert's drawers, police determined that the $100 handgun had been reported stolen out of Florence, a city 50 miles away. This is do you realize what a 380 is?
Go on.
A 380 is a neck-down version of a 9mm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a small weapon. Right? This isn't something that looks like a teacup, okay?
It could have been a 44 Magnum. At that point, he's walking really funny.
All right, I mean, sure, it's kind of a snub-nosed kind of thing, and it looks like this probably only holds like 6 rounds or 7 rounds. But still, all I've got is questions. Right? The next question is, it's unloaded.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you trying to hide it up your ass?
Yeah.
All right, why aren't you just throwing it on the ground? Just putting it out there. Dude, this is not going to help you anywhere. Along with the misdemeanor public intoxication rap, Roberts is now facing charges for receiving stolen property, introducing counterband into a correctional facility, and carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. All right, Roberts is locked up in lieu of $7,250 bond. Dude,
we've got to admit that was a definitely concealed gun.
You are a dumbass. Somehow I think they cleaned the weapon before they showed this picture. I'm just putting it out there. Right? Why would you even attempt this? Right? Now, granted, the guy was drunk, right?
You think? Mm-hmm.
Right? But, I mean, it's one of those things. Okay, are we ready for the final story?
Oh, yes.
Final story of the day, folks. Fugitive lamb captured in South Carolina tennis court. Now, the lamb looks like he's already been, lassoed.
Yep.
All right, a lamb was captured after wandering loose for nearly a week in the South Carolina community when members of the public lured it onto the tennis court. How do you lure the lamb onto the tennis court? Okay?
Offer it vegetables.
All right. Kelly Houseman said she spotted the lamb feasting on the residence lawn near the Hampton Hall Club in Bluffington on Monday. All right. Another couple who also spotted it drove up on their golf cart and showed me a video of the sheep swimming in the lagoon with 2 gators coming after it.
Oh.
Lucky lamb. All right.
Yeah.
All right. About 2 feet away from me is another giant gator, Houseman said. All I can think is, please don't make me gator bait while chasing the sheep. Houseman said that the lamb fled into the wooded area after about an hour, and she and the couple lost track of it. Paul Tofelson, of Hampton Hills tennis director, said he spotted the lamb when he arrived at work the following morning. He said the young sheep appeared fascinated with a woman who was walking with her 2 golden retrievers. Not sure if it was trying to play or what, but the old lady was scared to death that her 2 dogs were going to attack it. Yeah, because they're looking at that going, huh, food. Right? I mean, that's what they're looking at. Blat. Yeah, you freaking blat. You freaking dumbass freaking sheep.
Boom kebab. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Bang boom kebab. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
All right. Look at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Blat. Obviously,
okay,
that's a young ram.
The human part of me kind of wants to actually go and be friendly with it. I don't mind saying, but the other part of me definitely sees mobile food. Just saying, all right?
You know what? I hate to say this, but I see this as gator food. This is how you get gators. just,
See, we're on a
just,
win-win
just,
here,
just,
one way or
just,
another.
just putting it out there because gator feed is pretty doggone good.
Never actually had that, so
Have you never had gator?
no.
I've had gator. It's a light meat. Very, very
I've heard
light
it's
meat.
got a very fishy flavour to it. Is that true?
I didn't notice that it was very fishy. I didn't think it was that
Okay.
fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably depends a lot on how the gators. They actually have gators that they raise for, just like they raise farm animals, right? For
Yeah.
eating. So I assume it probably depends on what you're feeding the gator.
Fair point.
You know, just I know because I know that like in Korea, when I first got to Korea, one of the first things I noticed was the fishy taste of eggs. You know, you go out there, you
Yeah.
go to the mess hall, and you
Yeah.
get your eggs, and it's like you can tell that it's got a fishy taste to it. And they feed in Korea, the Koreans feed their chickens, you know, everything, including the leftovers from the fish that they catch. So it has a fishy smell and a fishy taste to it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Toffelson had the woman walk out of the tennis court with her dogs in hopes that the lamb would follow. The sheep dashed onto the court. Toffelson closed the gate, strapping it. This is my first for my job. Yo, sheep on the court. If anyone can come catch it, I've got him fenced in. How tough is it to catch a lamb?
Yeah.
Okay, not to get these are not smart critters. Okay, just letting you know. These are not freaking difficult things, all right, to be able to deal with.
Can you imagine being outthought by a sheep? I mean, come on, that's bad.
I mean,
Oh, that's. I apologise for that joke. That was an accident. I didn't actually mean that one. Sorry.
Houseman was able to get a hold of the lamb with the help of the security guard and the animal services director, Tallulah Trice. All right, the sheep made a latch ditch leap, and I caught the rope in my hand and grabbed him. Yeah, that's an elusive creature, all right. All right, you can see it's already roped and ready for you to grab.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just putting it out there.
Kind of easy mode, really, isn't it?
The lamb was loaded into a carrier and turned over to the Animal Services custody. All right, Trice said that the lamb had been on the loose for about 6 days and said no owner has come forward to claim it. Uh-oh.
And that night.
Okay.
You know that's the next line, okay? They're just not going to print it.
I have a feeling that someone's having dinner. If no one comes forward to claim these animals, they will eat them.
Yes.
All right, just putting it out there. Somebody's having a dinner. It took 6 days to catch one lamb. See, Matt Barkley said gator. He says like gator's really good. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I might have to try it at some point.
Well, there's a lot.
I've had kangaroo. That's
Never had kangaroo.
greasy. Yeah, it's greasy as all hell.
Think is it as greasy as like duck?
Oh, duck is positively dry in comparison. I mean, seriously,
Really?
you cut into it and it trickles out.
Yeah, I mean, goose has a lot of is greasy too, but the goose is
Yeah.
light. Most goose meat is fairly light.
Yeah.
It's greasy as hell, but it's light. All right. Unlike
Yeah.
duck is very dark. Duck meat, quite frankly, tastes very close to liver to me, which is why I'm not a fan of duck. Lamb tastes like ass. All right, I'm just letting you know. All right, I'm not a fan of mutton. I'm not a fan of lamb. All right, I've had it several times. My folks enjoy lamb. I do not. Okay, just putting it out there. All right. There's not many
Fair.
things that I agree with the television character Sheldon Cooper when he talks about charred pieces of rancid meat. Yeah, that's my view of lamb. When he's talking shish kebab, no.
Oh, yeah.
Venison is good. No, you
Mhm.
asked about venison. Venison is very good.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
I,
That would have actually made a big difference. You said you didn't like venison. That's when I would start arguing with you, sir. Sorry, but that is some good ass meat right there.
Matt Barkley way better than deer to me. You're insane, Matt.
Yeah.
I
Can't
can't.
stand deer. Fair.
I
Well,
guess there's some things that people, whatever for whatever reason, that just, their taste buds go wrong or on things. I mean, there's people who love all sorts of things. I mean, people.
in all fairness, dude, there's actually a really good reason we should feel bad for him. He's northern. Of course, he doesn't like good food.
Well, he's in upstate New York. Deer is all around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, rabbit is just blah. Right, I'll be honest. Rabbit I could deal with, or not.
Mhm.
It's no big deal. Rabbit, squirrel, and rabbit to me are about the same. Right? It's not horrible. It's not good. You ain't looking to have squirrel. You know what I mean? And it's not
Yeah.
because
It's
you can't
something
do
to
it.
eat.
It is something to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. You know. As far as
I like chicken.
yeah, a lot of people like chicken. Very few people don't like
I
chicken.
like chicken. Yeah. Chicken's good shit. And you can do a lot with chicken. You really can.
Well, you can do a lot with pretty much everything. You know,
True.
all meat dishes you can do a lot with them.
That's fine.
You can put chicken on kebabs. You can put chicken on chicken in casseroles and meat casseroles and shepherd's pie with chicken instead of beef. Right?
There is actually
it
one
works.
really good place to put chicken if you want to know it. It's in my mouth. Just saying. That's where it works best, in my mouth.
Can't say that you were not. Oh, hold on a second. That was going to be the final story, folks.
Oh, gold.
But we.
He's found something.
Yes, I did. Bearded dragon rescued by SpongeBob pineapple toy. Oh, from. Oh, veterinarians at the Massachusetts Animal Hospital rescued a bearded dragon from an unusual situation when the lizard got its head stuck inside a toy pineapple. The New England Animal Medical Center in Bridgewater said in a Facebook post that Randy, the bearded dragon's owner, brought him in when he got his head stuck inside a toy pineapple in the undersea home of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Dude, what were you? First of all, you're in Massachusetts. What are you doing with a lizard? I mean, people carry. I guess people find all sorts of strange things, but the next question is how the hell did it find the child's toy? All right.
Dude, from Matt. Looks like something I've seen on Acid Trip. You know what? Yes, I am totally okay with that.
Randy the bearded dragon tried to visit SpongeBob SquarePants yesterday and ended up in the ER, the post said. We're not laughing at you, Randy. We are laughing with you. No, I'm laughing at all of you, including Randy's owner, who I think needs to go to the psych ward for a little visit. Veterinarians say that they broke the toy open to free Randy without injury. The pineapple didn't make it.
Yeah.
But Randy is back home, happily laying in the sun, the hospital wrote. All right? The Post said that Randy's predicament was the cutest emergency we ever had. Cute. Did you consider this cute?
I don't even know what to say.
The first question is first of all, Randy's owner, whoever you are, why did you take something that you could have, like, oh, I don't know, done yourself. They had to break open the toy. Was this beyond your skill set?
Actually, I think I might be able to explain all of this. I think he was making the next Godzilla movie. Just saying.
That's possible.
Right there is your monster. Yeah. That's the sort of thing they used to do in the 60s, wasn't it?
It's very true. Very, very, very true. Right? Worldwide Dracula Day celebrated.
Oh, please don't do thanks for the memories joke. Please don't do that.
World Dracula Day, celebrated annually on May 26th, started by a fan group in 2012, right? And timed to coincide with the date that Bram Stoker's novel, right, was first published. The holiday was founded in 2012 by the Whitby Dracula Society, 1897, a Whitby, England group, right, dedicated to celebrating the cultural importance of Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker, right? And the novel Dracula. Why is it that the Brits come up with this kind of shit?
Hey, we come up with good stuff. I'll say.
Dracula Day is a good thing? Really?
You got a choice, mate. Dracula Day or Harry Potter Day? Which one do you really want?
Dracula Day.
Thank you.
You came up with Harry Potter Day too.
Yeah, I know.
Right? It wasn't one or the other. You came up with both of them. Other holidays and observances of May 26th include Ascension Day, Eat More Fruits and Vegetable Day, National Blueberry Cheesecake Day, National Cherry Dessert Day, National Paper Airplane Day, Sally Ride Day. Oh, that's bad. That is bad.
Why? What am I missing?
Sally Ride?
No. Don't ring a bell. Sorry.
Sally Ride is an astronaut.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right. World Lindy Hop Day and World Redhead Day.
I'm all right with that one.
You missed it. It was yesterday.
Wait a year.
Wait a year. He's marking this one down. I'm going to miss the next time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now,
worship me, I am red.
Worship me? I am red with fangs. I can see this. This is not a good thing. This is setting Jensen loose on World Dracula Day. It's not. I'm not sure I should have done this story.
It has been noted, dude. I'm just saying.
All right, everybody. That's all the stories that I got for now. Hope that you all enjoyed the show. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye-bye, everybody.